Just for you to, finally get in that first game with this group, just how was that for you to participate in that? And maybe just that, chemistry you're starting to develop, particularly with Pally right now.
Yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun. It's nice to get into a real game with these guys, and I thought our team played pretty well. Obviously, you know, uh, not a regular game, a preseason game, but something to build on. A lot of good things, and I thought Pally he's an easy guy to play with. He makes so many good plays. His head's up all the time. I think we see the game pretty similarly. So that was fun tonight. Something to build on.
What do you kind of like about, playing with someone like that you're talking about there, seeing the game so similarly?
Well, we've had some conversations just about creating space and maintaining possession and things that he's done over his career and things that I've done, and a lot of it aligns. So when you see the game similar to somebody, it makes it just that much easier to have a learning curve.
And Sheldon has really kept a lot of the lines similar, if not always the same, throughout training camp so far. To get in that game action, how important is sort of getting those types of reps, even though the rosters were a little bit different?
Well, it's huge. Yeah, it's big. Obviously, it's going to get harder and harder, obviously, but you can't really replicate a game like that. I mean, you guys are hitting hard, playing hard, and you got to find ways to create time and space. And I thought we did a pretty good job of that tonight.
Mostly an NHL roster for you guys, and you now you see how they play with pace, this team, right? Like the way you've got Jack and Nico. What are you liking about that part of this game that you're now entering?
Yeah,
there?
well, I think that's exactly why I feel like I fit in here. I feel like that's the type of game that I like to play. Quick, attack, get pucks back, attack, gets pucks back. That's kind of the way that the identity of this team is. High engine, on the attack. So I think that I fit in pretty well with that.
Dougie getting in a first preseason game under everyone's belt, is that sort of about like finding your pace, finding your rhythm, and what did it sort of feel like to finally get that summer hockey off?
Yeah, it's always something new again after not playing for so long, and you can't replicate a game. Close, but when you're playing your own teammates, it's a little different. So it's always nice to play, and obviously we had a little better lineup than them with the amount of NHL guys, and so it was a good game for us. Sometimes those games go the other way, and it was good that we came to play and worked on some stuff.
Is it nice for this group really early in the preseason, a lot of you guys playing your first preseason game, to have mostly that NHL lineup to sort of find that groove together, whether it's power play or just defensive pairings and all that? So early, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think the longer we can have together as a full team and or close to it, and like you said, playing with your deep partners and your guys you're going to be playing with, I think it's obviously nice to get the reps in and get some chemistry going. New guys too, and I understand the other way, but for us, I think it's only going to be helpful leading right into the season, and we just got to keep going one day at a time.
And to see that power play sort of always picking up where it left off, even though it was from a year ago.
Yeah, I don't even really remember, but good plays and good shots, and both units were good. So we just got to keep working on it, and penalty kills will get better and watch us and stuff, and we're going to have to keep making adjustments.
When we talked when training camp opened, just how hard you worked this summer to be in different level of shape, to feel different on the ice. You get in that first game. How did you feel, with this game under your belt?
Yeah, pretty good, but yeah, obviously the first period wasn't easy. Like first game after almost 3-4 months, so it wasn't easy. The legs were a little bit tired, but yeah. But then it was pretty good game for us, and yeah, we won. That's pretty good feeling.
Obviously, a first game, the different pace and all that. But do you feel a little bit different out there in that first game than maybe last year?
Yeah, if I compare last year camp, there's a big improvement, but still, I think it's still so much room to improve. But yeah, we got a couple more weeks to the season start. So yeah.
What would you feel maybe is that big improvement that you see from yourself?
I think my skating,
right.
Skating more, maybe faster. Yeah, but just that's my feeling. I feel better, and it's hard to describe, but yeah.
So when you're coming into this year under different circumstances than last year, obviously the injuries, where's your confidence at coming into this season?
Yeah, obviously my confidence is there. Like I had pretty good end of the season, so I'm trying to play same way and trying to play with confidence and yeah, just play my game and play same way how I did like in the playoffs.
Then throughout camp, you've kept Connor Brown and Pally on a line together, sort of with different options down the middle there. But talking to Connor, he said that he's really enjoyed working alongside Pally. What can a line with them two, with a potential centerman there, really do to help elevate your team with the way that they play together in particular?
Well, they're two real good veteran players. I think both of them have a very underrated skill set. As you saw today in the game where they have lots of time and space and have the puck, they're snapping it around pretty good out there. So they have that as well. But they're just two conscientious players, and we've talked about Brownie and the caliber team that he's coming from, and the high stakes games he's played in the playoffs and all of that, and obviously a lot similar. So I think that experience that they have and their skill sets and leadership qualities match together. So that's part of why I wanted to try them that way. And I mean, for me, both guys, the types of players, no matter what line you put them on, I think they enhance that line just because of the qualities that I just mentioned. So having them together, creates some real opportunity to be able to utilize them in any type of situation.
Nemo said that he really worked really hard this offseason to elevate his own skating, being lighter on his skates. Did you see that from him? And he certainly said that maybe the first period's always hard when it's a first preseason game, but he certainly felt better. What did you see from your vantage point?
I thought he looked great today. I mean, there's a long list of positives today. Obviously, we had control of the game essentially from start to finish. So everyone's going to look a little bit better as a result. But I thought Nemo was assertive. He was confident. He looked quick. He snapped the puck with authority. So yeah, he's had a great camp. He's ready to go.
Obviously, it looked like another strong night from Brian Hallinan. Seems like he took your advice from the other day.
Yeah, it's when you throw all those other NHL players in, it's all of a sudden it's harder to get you the ice time, and you're playing in different types of situations. But I mean, if he's going to play in the NHL, that's going to be his life, So you got to be able to manage that and still be effective. Well, as I just mentioned, I think everyone looks a little bit better out there today because we're in such control of the game. But yeah, I thought he was solid, played hard. He's had 2 good games now.
Coach, would you say the Ethan Edwards-Brett Pesce pairing is a bit of a mentor-mentee situation, and how do you see him handling that elevated role you've given him?
Well, yeah, I mean, anyone that plays with Pesce is going to be in a situation like that. If you got to put a younger guy with them, obviously that's Luke's spot, and Luke's not here, so there's an opportunity there to both have a young player go into that spot that can benefit from that mentorship you mentioned, but also we need a player. So we're giving him an opportunity, as we've talked a bunch about. I mean, he can skate with every player out there. In fact, he might be the best skating defenseman that we have. So there's so much we can do with that. And the other guy, we're just going to play a lot through preseason and keep working with him. But I didn't know as much about him coming in. You read the reports and all these kind of things, but he's to skate like that. And I know he's not the biggest guy, but he's almost 200 pounds. Like, he's strong. He's physically strong, and when you put all that together, you got something to work with there. So I'm excited about him.
Any concern from that block shot at the end there?
I just walked by him. I think he might have gone to get a little attention, but it doesn't seem to be anything of concern at this point.
With guys like Dadonov, Brown, Glendening in the mix, does it feel like speed is more of the team's identity than it was last season?
With Brown especially, that was something I thought. Glendening being here with them early in camp, he looks quicker than I expected. And Dadonov in general, I think, he's got some power to him, and he's a savvy player. Like even if he's not moving quick, he's doing a lot of things there that slow the game down to the pace that he wants it to be at. So I think in terms of overall speed, I'm not sure that's a focus or something I would say, but those are three, veteran players, smart players, responsible players, experienced guys. We were just talking about it in the room. Just like when you have them around and they're with your group, like you just feel like a more mature group, which is important. And all three of those guys have had good camps.
Coach, just through 2 games, your power play seems to really be clicking. Obviously, preseason, so you can't, say, oh, well, this is how it's going to be. But just what have you been seeing out of the man advantage units, both first and second, that you've liked so far?
Well, it's been encouraging. We have obviously high expectations for it. It was, a huge weapon for us last season. So, we have high expectations for it, as I said. I do think there's potential for us just with the players that we just mentioned, the added depth. They throw Gritslick in that mix. You see what Hallinan can do with the power play, and I'm not even using him today because we just have other options. I just think we have greater depth for 2 units. Be able to mix and match some guys if we go cold for a little bit. But we had as good a power play as there was in the NHL last season. And I think there's potential there, as I said, for the minutes when our top unit's not on to be even better than we were last year. So that's exciting, and the signs are encouraging. The first game, obviously a lot of our top guys don't play. Power play scores 2 for us. Today, our guys are snapping it around quite well. In the third period, I started the second unit and gave them an opportunity to get going. They scored. So lots of positivity on that side of it. So, that's encouraging. It's what you want to see. It certainly beats the alternative, but I've got very high expectations for that group, and they have high expectations of themselves just because of the quality of players we have, and Jeremy's got a good plan for them.
Thank you, Sheldon.
Yeah, thanks.